Hi. So this is an intro to the workflows in PostCode. How we can create them, how we can use them. So basically, there are many repetitive tasks, like set of tasks we do daily related to our work, right? And PostCode can help you in automating those and um, performing those tasks for in behalf of you, right? So how we create workflows in PostCode? So we have convenient commands like slash new workflow. So workflows can be global as well as local to this code base and global. So global workflows will be available for all the projects in your code in your machine. And so to create a workflow, you can use new workflow if it is local to this particular code base. And if you select new global workflow, it will be global and all the projects can use it. And once you create these workflows, it will go, if it is a local workflow, it will go and sit in the postcode directory under workflows. And if it is a global workflow, it will be in your documents folder, and there you will find a similar structure. So let's create a new workflow. So what I want to do is so we have epics and we want our epics to be perfect, like it should have all the details required, it should have all the attached documents, um, lot of comments um, can be there, right? And we want everything to be there for when we take this particular epic for planning. We want everything to be there so that we don't want to spend more time on finding these documents or finding things which is missing, all those things, right? So let's create basically, if I want to go through Confluence, and I have actually manually attached all these documents which I found. I'm not sure whether I have um, linked all the documents or not. So I will have to search again in my Confluence to see what all things are missing, all those things. So it's a time consuming thing, right? And it is a repetitive task for each epic. I will be doing this as a product owner or someone. So let's see how postcode can help, basically using a workflow, how we can automate this process, right? So let's create a workflow for the same exact problem, not problem, the um, task, right? So to create a new workflow, we will do new workflow, and what are things I want to do. I have to not repeat, I have typed it over here somewhere. Let me copy paste the things. So it can be naturally written. I mean, there is no specific rule that we should follow in giving the instruction over here. So this is what I want to do in this task. So let's name this workflow as Epic Context Helper. The input will be Epic ID. So the steps will be to go through the Epic details first, to understand the Epic, to get the context of the Epic. Then, yeah, this is also important. Based on my experience, we need to go through the comments and activities to understand what all things have gone through this particular Epic. Um, we can go through the child items. Then after that we have to go through all this or the Confluence document. So for now, for this particular task, for this demo, I am just going through the Confluence. We can have other resources as well, we can attach to that if we have access to, if this particular agent has access. So currently Jira has been accessed via MCP server, and if we have we have provided all the access to all those resources, we can actually ask this to go through all those things and try to collect all the information, right? So what I am trying to say is, like, in step 4, it has to search the related Confluence document, be creative, search in different spaces, similar patterns, search for similar terms, and from the context what it has gained, right? So the idea is not to miss anything important. And step 5 will be to ask for approval, list down whatever things it has found, and ask for approval to link them to this particular epic. Let's create this workflow. And it can be simple workflows. Workflows can be considered as something which we repeatedly do. Like in testing, for example, we want to do a sanity check every day. Certain teams do like manually go through all the endpoints and see whether those are active. um, so these are like daily tasks which we want to take help from an agent and get it done. So workflows can also be considered as mini agents for a particular design for to do a particular task, right? So let's wait for it to complete the creation. So as we can see, it has completed the creation. So it is in MD file, so it is easy for us to go through that. And once it completes, directly put it in the workflow folder. And if you see the workflows, it will be active as well. Epic context helper which we have created. So we can edit from here, we can delete, we can um, enable, disable these workflows in a code base, and it will give you a summary of what it has done. Okay. So now we have this workflow. Let's try to use it. Before that, let's go through the things which it has created. Um, so the input will be an epic ID. Step 1 is to analyze the details. Step 2 is to review comments and activities. So list all the child work items. Search for related conference documents. Um, right. Uh, then is to link the documents and add comments. So yeah, so it is pretty much doing its things which we want from this task. So let's try it out. To access this workflow, to trigger this workflow, we have to use the slash command, and we just have to, it will get listed over here, and we just have to give the name, right? And the input is the Jira ID of the epic. So think of it like automating anything we want. Like for example, I have a couple of workflows over here, um, to create test charters, to review test suite, to create automation test. I will go through these things as well in separate videos. Let's see what it does currently. So this is the demo setup. It is not our it is not a real setup actually. So these are demo stories and all. So it's in each step it will say what all things it is doing. Right. So it has found 4 documents which is already linked. Getting anything. So it is doing certain searches to see what all things it can find based on the context it has gathered. And now it is listing down all the details. So now it has come back, and um, it has found 3 documents which is actually is not linked to this particular epic. Yes, let's see. So it has given me an option like link high relevance only, link these things we haven't specified, but it is actually doing it. Link all documents found, or let's the link the 3 documents for now. Earlier we had like 4 documents. Let's see what it links. These are the high relevance document which has to be linked. and it is now adding a comment in Jira of what it has done. And now it will give you a summary of what it has done. Let's go to the Epic and see what it has done, whether it has linked things. Yes, so I can see some more documents being linked over here, and also it has created a great comment which will give you an understanding of what all details are there, right? Yeah, so this is an example of how we can utilize these workflows in postcode and create and automate tasks which are like repeated tasks. I think it was helpful. Thank you.